What's up, everybody? It's Saturday. It's Chris, Mr. Last Hill. So that means it's time for Tentative's pull list. I have three awesome, fun comics for you this week, and I am so happy that I'm actually feeling a lot better this week than I did last time. It was rough. Still not 100%, but I'm getting there. I'm feeling a lot better than I was. So thank you guys for telling me, wishing me well and everything. Um, Man, what is going on? It's been a fun, interesting week. Lots of comics, lots of stuff going on. I purchased a new camera to record off of, so hopefully soon I should have a new setup space going. So you'll get recordings looking a little bit differently. Hopefully, coming out a lot better. I hope. Just a lot going on for me right now as I try to improve and constantly move forward with this because I've been doing this for a while and I just want to keep getting better for you guys. I appreciate you guys coming to check this out. So, with that being said, let's jump into the comics this week. Let's not ramble on too much. Um, Lots of comics this week, lots of good stuff. How about we get started with Marvel's Mutants? I'm talking about the X-Men, be it Wolverine, be it the Extraordinary X-Men, be it the all new X Men. They all seem to be going through a lot lately. Like Marvel is really putting it to them, giving them the beating of their lifetime, and a lot of it is I feel is due to the simple fact that Fox hasn't been handling that property well, so Marvel doesn't want to do much to promote them. They want to promote the Inhumans now, but it's going to be kind of hard for them. So with that being said, I still really enjoyed All New X Men #6. This one isn't really a superhero book, even though there's a lot of superhero action in this. This one, if you really read it, is about internal conflicts. That's where the whole series Flesh Wounds is coming from. So even though they're getting beat down and pretty much rolled over by the blob, really, this one for them is all about the conflicts of being misplaced out of time and seeing their future selves and trying to deal with that. Also, if you remember last issue, Wolverine, the new Wolverine, and Angel kind of had a bit of a falling out. And that one really is a really good part of this book, where you see everybody else having their internal conflicts. The two of them have an interpersonal conflict, and it is awesome just to see them monologuing it out in their heads and just going through it as they fight the blob. Definitely check this one out if you're still a fan of the X-Men, if you're still a fan of Marvel's Mutants, and you want to see where they're going. I really think this is good despite it all. Um, Next up, we talked about this a few weeks ago because I really enjoyed this series and I still think it's pretty awesome. Wynonna Earp. I mean, again, I'm gonna say this: if you're a big fan of um, horror comedy like Evil Dead, Ash vs. the Evil Dead, stuff like that, this is really for you. Wynonna Earp, descendant of Wyatt Earp, still bringing that old Western justice out to people. Except this time, instead of her chasing down normal criminals, she's chasing down, supernatural criminals, monsters. Chupacabra, in this case, as she heads to Mallet City, and she's determined to bring a Chupacabra cartel to justice. Except her version of justice is a lot more violent and bloody, and there's not a lot of processing to be done afterwards. No, it's actually pretty good. Actually, I enjoyed this book. Um, Winona does what Winona does best. She goes in gun blazing, causing a lot of trouble, and by the end of this issue, it's kind of going to be a wonder of where she's going to go next because she just doesn't give a damn. So I definitely recommend this one. Definitely check this one out if you are a fan of, horror comedy, stuff like that, where it's just gruesome but still hilarious. Um, Speaking of fun, my last book is fun. I just finished speaking about them, how Marvel's trying to push the Inhumans in there, into your face, make them everything that you see. I think Uncanny Inhumans really does this. The best way to describe this is there are three fights going on in this. You have the first one, Black Bolt versus a Moloid and a Lava Man. Next one is ISO versus the Mad Thinker and the Leader. That's just a bad fight. And the last one is Reader trying to track down the thief Phantomel. Um, Three stories in this one, all of them trying to capture what makes the Inhumans fun, just because of how well they stand out, how different they are than the mutants, the X-Men and everything, and just try to give them a flair. There is a lot of fun in this book. I cannot recommend this enough. So if you are one of the people who are tired of X-Men and you want something different, check out the Inhumans. They're a little bit like the X-Men. They're like mutants, but they're not. They have a different personality. They have new writing, and Marvel seems to really try to push them some places. So I think it's really awesome. Definitely check this one out. Definitely read this one. Also, just to give you a heads up, there's like a wrestling belt in this. That's how awesome this is. Definitely check this one out. So, I mean, those are my poll recommendations for this week. A lot of fun was had this week with the books. A lot of awesome writing, a awesome reading, and I don't know. It's just good. I think sometimes it's good to not have so much superhero annex as it is to have in a personal and more ground level action, and that's what you got this week: ground level action. So with that, definitely check those books out. Tell me if you like them. Tell me if there's other books that you think I need to read. Like this channel, subscribe. You know what to do. I appreciate it. I love you guys. Thanks for being here. See you next week.